Hi, everyone. I'm Ananda, the Galactic Mystic, and let's talk about our Libra full moon squaring Pluto with the Sun conjunct the Andromeda Galaxy, with the Jupiter-Neptune conjunction still in play. We've got a lot to talk about. But let me welcome my beautiful subscriber family, and let me welcome you if you are new here. On this channel, I talk a lot about astrology, metaphysics, mysticism, folk magic, working with the natural cycles of life, and I've been doing this for over 35 years at this point. Started when I was a teenager, and at this point in my life, I am closer to 50 than I am to 40. So applying these principles to my life have been life-changing to me and to my clients as well. Welcome, everyone. I hope you're doing really well. I'm actually recording this on Tuesday, the 12th, which is the day of the exact conjunction of Jupiter and Neptune. Now, I'm seeing a lot of fluff out there about this. A lot of kind of, I don't know, fluffy spiritual bypassing kind of stuff. I wrote an article about this. If you would like to read about the spectrum of experience of this conjunction, some of the historic events and energies involved, and what it actually could really mean for us in the times to come, I will put the link in the description box below. These two are still conjunct at our Libra full moon, though, so let's talk about this. Now, I'm going to bring up the chart for you so you can see what I see. Okay, so this is our Libra full moon. This is our chart. It is occurring April 16th, 2022 at 2:55 p.m. This is Eastern Standard Time. Now, let's pause for a moment and just think about what this Aries Libra axis means when we have our new moons and full moons in the axis of relationships. Our last new moon was in Aries. This was the Aries of the new moon of the hero self. And when we have a new moon in Aries and a full moon in Libra, what this means is that we are planting new seeds at the new moon that, oh, it was just 4:44 when I looked at the clock just now. I love that. 4:44 is like been my number lately. Anyway, when we have a new moon in Aries, we're planting new seeds of self. This is the type of thing where we are like, you know what I want matters, what I'm doing matters, me finding my way matters, I matter. And our relationships are always transformed when we do this. And that's what this full moon is in Libra is doing. We are taking those changes that we made in ourselves, and maybe we didn't intentionally do it. Maybe it just happened. Maybe it's subtle. Doesn't matter. At this point of our full moon, this is the ripening of the fruit, the newness that we are bringing into not only our relationships, but also our relationship with beauty, balance, peace, justice, and also about being able to weigh the truth. So here we have the sun. Our full moon is always a sun-moon opposition. So the moon is at 26 degrees and 46 minutes of Libra. The sun is here conjunct the Andromeda Galaxy. Now, we've got a whole theme going on here. The Andromeda Galaxy is our closest galaxy, our sister galaxy, and at someday way in the future, our Milky Way galaxy and the Andromeda Galaxy are going to merge and become one. So we have a whisper of future potentials that are so beyond our current reality, our current, the things that we know, the things that we think about. This energy is blending into this full moon. The Andromeda Galaxy is all about freedom. This is about all the different ways that we will fold ourselves up, that we will act nuts, be crazy, anything to be free, to break out of stifling situations, to break out of situations where we are kept small, where our hero self is not, the hero self from the new moon is not acknowledged or valued. So our consciousness, the sun, is right there. Not whisper. I was going to say whispering, but it's not whispering. It's pretty loud. Now, along that vein, we have Pallas Athena, who is also, this is a 2-degree conjunction. This is very tight, opposing our moon conjunct the sun. Pallas Athena brings the sword of truth to everything she touches. She is often spoken of as being without emotion, but that's not true. She is so passionate about bringing us wisdom and relieving us of the veil of our ignorance. So I'm telling you something, this full moon is going to blast open some barriers to truth that we have all been denied. Now, that's an uncomfortable experience a lot of the time. The biggest thing we have here is this square with Pluto, who again, same. This square with Pluto is a motivating challenge to just like wrap up some old shit and wipe the slate clean. And this could be in our relationships, yes. Some people could be breaking up their romantic relationships. If this is, for those that this happens to, or for those that this happens for, these will be relationships that are long overdue to end. So I'm saying that, this is not going to be like an abrupt, like, I thought everything was fine. And then all of a sudden, no. Relationships that are long overdue, that have just been, you've been like spoon feeding or dragging along. I would predict by the time we close up this eclipse season that's right on our heels, that those situations will be done. Now, for others, this is an opportunity to totally transform. In particular, with the moon square with Pluto, this is intense. This is an intense energy, Pluto here. And we want to get to the bottom of things. We want to see the truth. And a lot of times with a square, it's an internal, it's happening inside of us. And, when we feel that edge, it tends to make us poke at things. And so this poking could be what reveals, what blows up, or what lets us know what needs to be just wrapped up. Wipe the slate clean. We have a new level of truth, and it's from this new place that we are going to rebuild our relationship with love, with each other, with peace, harmony. You can't have peace and harmony when you are giving too much or taking too much. And this is a lot of what Libra has to teach us, because one of the difficult energies with Libra is the fear of rocking the boat, the fear of upsetting people. Libra energy makes itself responsible for other people's okayness. which is very codependent. And we don't want to do that. And if we are doing that, we may have a revelation around that, because it's too much responsibility to make everyone else's mood your responsibility. Rock the boat. Embody that, that hero self that we are bringing into this new level of relationship with life. So, we still have the Jupiter-Neptune conjunction here. We have Venus, our full moon ruler, in court with Mars, all three Pisces stellium. Now, Venus loves being in Pisces. I did a video on that last week. I will also put the link for that in the description box. Venus loves being here. Mars does not so much love being here, but Jupiter and Neptune are the co-rulers of Pisces. So what we have going on here is a whole lot of dissipated energy, a huge amount of energy that is expanding, dissolving, spiritualizing. It can also be a widening of our illusions. If we are faced with something that we don't like to hear, now this isn't going to happen to you, but people who don't know that this is what's happening, if they are faced with something uncomfortable, they may choose to double down on that bypass lane and be like, I'm taking the bypass lane. I'm just going to stay over here. I'm not going to look at it. I'm going to just double down on my illusions and delusions, and I'm going to stay in my comfort zone, which calling that the comfort zone is BS, because it's not comfortable. It's not comfortable to stay in that state. So what we want to do is we want to really use this energy to become conscious of where we are unconscious. That's Pluto. He wants to see how all the planets are working together to bring us this beautiful theme of where we want to go now, this next levelness, this leading edge existence of just being real truth. I just knocked my glasses off the table. Okay. So we also have to talk about this here. Mercury in Taurus. Yeah, Mercury is in Taurus. Uranus is in Taurus. They are conjunct. Link to an article I wrote about Mercury in Taurus and Cassiopeia starseeds, which always tend to get opened up a little bit during this time when Mercury is in Taurus. Anyway, segue there. So this can bring, I've just got to sit here and just sit with this, how amazing this whole setup is, because in Taurus, Mercury is forced to slow down and be more methodical, which he doesn't like, but is good for him, right? Where he has to be more deliberate. Yet normally when Mercury and Uranus are conjunct, things are not deliberate. Things are abrupt and surprising, and words fly out of our mouths before we realize it. Suddenly we're just like randomly gossiping with the grocery store guy. But in Taurus, this is interesting because we are probably going to feel things in our bodies. I'm sure we'll be getting some aha moments, some ideas, but make sure that you are also touching in with your physical self, because don't rule out those little, the ways that our body feels. Oh, my back is hurting. I wonder if maybe I'm not feeling so supported right now. Or, my feet are swollen. Maybe I need to ground myself. So listen to these little messages from your body and work them into this whole revelation that's happening here. We also have to talk about Saturn, who is still squaring the nodes. Now, this isn't new. This has been going on for a while. And this can be a frustrating energy. A lot of this can be a frustrating energy, and it's all overlapping together. But if we choose to look at it, well, let me not get ahead of myself. Saturn squaring the nodes, this is both frustrating because it seems like there's a blockage to what we want to be doing, to where we want to be going, the work, the recognition, the career, the, all of our mission. But the lesson is that we have to find ways to plow through. Now, I don't mean plow through in the same way you've been doing. The lesson here is to find the joy. Change how you're doing things so it feels more joyful. Saturn does not want us to be miserable. He does want us to be responsible and hardworking and dependable, but he doesn't want us to hate it. He knows that we do better work when we are rested and joyful and have meaningful work to do. And this isn't just about work. A lot of us can have like daddy issues coming up too. Apply the same thing. Try to do things that feel more joyful to you around where you're feeling blocked. Again, this is not about hitting a brick wall with a, whatchamacallit, I'm seeing Miley Cyrus swinging on the thing. What's it called? I'm telling you, this is how the Jupiter-Neptune conjunction for me has been. I am just like a rambling idiot. I cannot remember what I keep saying things to my kid and he's like, you just told me that an hour ago, or you told me that yesterday. I feel so just not very smart. And with that, I totally forgot what I was talking about. And that's how it's going for me. Oh, yes, we were talking about Saturn. Yes, it's not about plowing through that brick wall with what is it again? You know what I'm talking about. Anyway, the good thing is that we do have beautiful trines with our full moon and both Saturn and Mars. This is going to give us some stamina. It's going to give us the motivation, the strength, the mental and physical, spiritual stamina to do what needs to be done, to just sort of overcome whatever we're facing, to make these decisions that honor our hero self and the types of relationships we want in our lives, the type of beauty, balance, harmony, truth, and justice we want in the world. And it's high time that we all learn how to speak up, to tell our truth without having to make it a big deal. You know what I mean? You can say what you want without being a dick about it, and other people can too. And we can speak our truth without being crappy, without being jerks. Let's just normalize that. Let's just normalize people saying what they mean, saying what they want, and nobody's overreacting about it. Like, let's just normalize it. A lot of what we're facing in our personal lives is likely due to a lot of that kind of stuff. People afraid to ask for what they want, afraid to say what's upsetting them, to call it out when it happens. Now, on the world stage, things are going to continue to get weirder, more disturbing, and that's just where we are. We are beginning eclipse season. Our next new moon, which will be on the 30th. For some, it'll be on the May on the 1st for others. This is, of course, Beltane Eve for the pagans. Woo! So this is a really fertile, powerful time of change, and it's going to continue. And so we are only helping ourselves and each other when we take everything as it comes and face it. Don't look away. Don't cover your eyes. Our lighthouse energy for this full moon is the Star Tarot card. So again, this healing is available. It's time to renew our hope, but we don't renew our hope and we don't heal by continuing to do the same things. Now, before we close out, I want to read to you the Chandra symbol for this full moon because it is so powerful. Just listen. A black leopard beneath a full moon. See, it even mentions a full moon. Pursuing what is desired and nothing else. Probing, waiting, stalking, strategically watching for openings. One pointedly intent upon grabbing and holding what you lost somewhere and must find again. Going for reminders, facsimiles, totems, hungry for proof that it is there, that it's possible, alone forever. You are deeply seeking the other side of yourself, the inner partner, the true motivating spark. You have gotten lost in the dark, identified with the one who needs and lacks, the one who is broken fragments of experience. But you are hot on the track of any signs that your love essence can be found in another, in a situation, or within yourself. You search everywhere and come up empty. The one inside will be there when the outer versions cannot sate your hunger. And as a last resort, you feel into your own solitary spaces, willing to meet whoever is there and love them with all your heart. That almost made me cry. The one inside will be there when the outer versions cannot sate your hunger. And as a last resort, you feel into your own solitary spaces, waiting to meet whoever is there and love them with all your heart. Don't look away. And it doesn't have to be a last resort. We can do that now and bring that wholeness into every relationship we have, into everything that we do. Be a walking around example of a whole person who isn't perfect and doesn't reject themselves. Don't reject your imperfections. Don't look away. I hope you have a really powerful and beautiful Libra full moon. Let me know how you are. How are things changing for you? It's big time. I'll see you soon.